Canada is officially out of the fight against ISIS. I'm Brian Lilley with the Rebel.media. Well, with a vote in that place behind me last night, members of Parliament voted to end Canada's participation in the combat mission against ISIS. Now, not all MPs were on board. It was a vote of 178 for changing the mission to 147 against. It was kind of a formality. The Liberals had already made all the changes. They pulled back our CF-18 fighters. They changed the nature of the mission. The Conservatives voted against the motion and against the plan, though, because they think we should still be bombing. The NDP champ voted against it because they think training Iraqi forces and Kurdish fighters is too risky. When this was first announced, I said that if you thought Stephen Harper was engaged in combat, then we still would be, because the Liberals promised to continue the training mission. But since then, they've made several comments that make it clear that they are changing how that training's being done. See, the Liberals said they wanted to do training like we did in Afghanistan because we were so well known for what we did with Afghan forces. Well, with Afghan forces, we went to the front lines with the troops. We trained them, then we took them into battle. We won't be doing that anymore. We'll be doing a soft training mission. We won't be engaged on the front line. Sure, our troops can return fire if they're fired upon, but that changes everything. It changes how we're engaged in this mission. So as Justin Trudeau goes to Washington, he's going to be lauded by the progressive media. He's going to be feted by President Obama. But you know that there's going to be pressure for Canada to do more in this fight. We've stopped the bombing, and we've stopped doing serious training the way that we know how, the way that our troops know how. You can think that we spent too much time in Afghanistan, but you can't deny the good work that our soldiers went on. But you know what this change in mission really shows? That the Liberal way is back. Just a little bit off behind me is the Canadian Peacekeeping Monument. It's the typical Liberal monument to the military. The soldiers that are part of the monument, they're not actually armed. They don't have anything. They have binoculars. It's the same as the $10 bill that came out during the Chrétien era. They had a Canadian soldier with binoculars, but no arms. They had the National War Memorial, at least the arch of it, but they took away the men and the horses carrying through the cannon. It's because Liberals no longer see a benefit in a strong military that is engaged in the world. That's not what Lester Pearson, was called Mike by his friends, that's not what Lester Pearson envisioned when he championed the cause of peacekeeping. Pearson knew that you had to be willing to carry a stick, that you had to be willing to do the hard work. Liberals no longer believe in that. They want a unicorn and fairy dust world where everyone simply gets along. That, unfortunately, is not reality now, and it won't be reality in the future.